Before the world starts pulling at you, before the noise returns, before the phone lights up and your mind races into doing, there is a moment, a sacred, quiet moment. And in that moment, you are given a choice to wake up with intention or to be carried away by the momentum of habit. Most people never realize how powerful the first few minutes of their morning truly are. They wake up and immediately re-enter yesterday's worries. They scroll, they rush, they react, and just like that, their day belongs to everything outside of them, not to themselves. But it doesn't have to be this way. In Buddhism, the morning isn't just a time to start the day. It's a gateway, a chance to return to the present, to reset the mind, and to reconnect with who you truly are. What you say to yourself in those early moments becomes the foundation for everything that follows: your energy, your choices, your peace. In this video, we'll explore 7 deep, yet simple ways to begin your morning with awareness, strength, and calm through 5 powerful affirmations rooted in Buddhist wisdom, and 2 mindful principles to carry them into everyday life. If you've ever wanted to feel more grounded, more peaceful, and more in control of your inner world, stay with me until the end. One morning at a time, you can reshape your entire life. Let's begin. 1. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. When you first open your eyes in the morning, you are not just waking from sleep, you are entering a new beginning. But most people don't treat it that way. They wake up and immediately reach for their phone, their to-do list, their worries, their regrets. Their minds leave the body before the body has even stood up. And in that rush, they miss the most precious gift of all presence. In Buddhist teaching, the present moment is not just important, it is everything. The past is gone. The future is not here. All you truly have, and all you will ever really touch, is this breath, this moment, this heartbeat. So the first thing you say to yourself when you rise matters. And there is nothing more powerful than reminding yourself, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. It's not just a sentence. It's a choice, a reset, a homecoming. You don't need to solve everything today. You don't need to be anywhere else or anyone else. You don't need to earn your worth or prove your value. Simply being here breathing, aware, is already sacred. Let this be your anchor before the noise of the world sets in. Try this tomorrow morning instead of jumping out of bed. Sit up slowly. Place your feet gently on the ground. Feel the air on your skin. Feel your chest rise and fall. Then place one hand over your heart. Close your eyes and say softly, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. Let the words land inside you, not just in your head, but in your body. Let them calm the panic of unfinished tasks or unknown outcomes. You're not late to life. You're arriving on time right here, right now. Often, our suffering doesn't come from what's actually happening. It comes from our thoughts pulling us backward or pushing us forward. But the present moment, this breath, this awareness is always free of fear. It's where clarity lives. It's where peace begins. You don't need a perfect morning routine, or a perfect home, or a perfect life to feel peace. You just need to remember what's already true. You're alive. And while you're alive, you still have time. Time to breathe. Time to choose again. Time to begin. Let this truth guide you. Let it remind you that no matter how yesterday felt, today is new. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not alone. Just whisper this to yourself and believe it a little more each day. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. And if this message touches something in you, if it reminds you to slow down, to come home to yourself, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Like this video so it can reach others who need this peace. And subscribe to Awakening Insights to receive a daily return to presence, to stillness, and to truth. Your journey begins with just one moment. This one, no two. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. As your day begins, and you move from the stillness of morning into the noise of life, it's easy to feel like your peace depends on everything going right, that traffic flows smoothly, that no one says anything upsetting, that your plans go exactly as expected. But the truth is, peace has very little to do with the world outside you, and everything to do with how you relate to it. In Buddhist teaching, peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the ability to remain centered within it. Life will never stop offering you opportunities to get pulled out of alignment, a sharp comment, a delay, a difficult conversation. But these things are not the problem. The real source of suffering is not what happens. It's how we react to what happens. That's why this affirmation is so important. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. It reminds you that your inner state is yours to protect. You may not control what the world throws at you, but you can choose how much of it you let into your mind and heart. When someone speaks harshly to you, pause, breathe. Instead of absorbing their energy, observe it. Remind yourself, this is theirs, not mine. When stress creeps in, maybe from work, family, or uncertainty, stop for a moment and silently repeat, I choose peace over reaction. Choosing peace does not mean being passive. It doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. It means responding rather than reacting. It means acting from clarity, not chaos, from wisdom, not impulse. And here's what's beautiful. The more you practice this, the stronger your inner boundaries become. You begin to notice the space between what happens and how you respond. That space is where your power lives. That space is where freedom begins. Try creating a small ritual each morning. After saying your first affirmation, take one more breath and say this second one out loud or in your mind. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. Let it become your shield as you step into the world. Let it prepare your nervous system to stay calm in moments where it once would have spiraled. And when the unexpected comes, because it will return to this truth, you are not at the mercy of external conditions. You are not a victim of noise or mood or momentum. You are the guardian of your peace. That is your role. That is your practice. If these words remind you of something you've forgotten, your own strength, your own center, I invite you to reflect in the comments. What triggers your peace, and how do you return to it? Click like if this message speaks to you, and subscribe to Awakening Insights for more teachings that help you stay grounded no matter what life brings. The world may be loud, but your center can be quiet, steady, and completely yours. 3. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. It's easy to be kind to others, to listen patiently, to offer words of comfort, to forgive their mistakes. But when it comes to ourselves, we often speak with a tone we'd never use on anyone else. That quiet voice inside the one we carry from morning to night can be our harshest critic. From a Buddhist perspective, compassion isn't just something we offer to the world. It begins with how we relate to our own mind and heart. If we truly want to live with peace, then how we speak to ourselves matters deeply, especially in the first moments of the day before the expectations, comparisons, or guilt take over. That's why this affirmation is so important. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. When you say this in the morning, you are not pretending to be perfect. You are simply refusing to punish yourself for being human. We all make mistakes. We say things we regret. We fall short of our intentions. But healing doesn't come from self-criticism. It comes from understanding. When you meet your flaws with patience, you create space for growth, not shame. Imagine this. You wake up, and your first thought is about what you did wrong yesterday, a conversation you wish you'd handled better, a task you didn't complete, a feeling of anxiety you couldn't shake. Without realizing it, your day begins in a cloud of self-blame, and that cloud follows you. But what if you caught that moment and softened it instead of saying, "Why am I like this?" Say, "I'm doing my best." Instead of thinking, "I shouldn't feel this way." Try. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. These small shifts in language are powerful. They rewire how you relate to your inner experience. Try this simple practice after waking. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe gently. Then say, "I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment." Let that be your foundation. If you slip during the day, come back to it. No need to wait until tomorrow. You can even visualize sending warmth to your own heart. Imagine a soft light spreading from your chest to your whole body. As you breathe in, think, "May I be safe." As you breathe out, "May I be at ease." This is self-compassion in action, not as an idea, but as a lived practice. Over time, treating yourself with kindness builds resilience. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you steady. Because when the storms of life come, you'll already have a calm voice inside one that doesn't break you down, but helps you through. And remember, the way you treat yourself sets the tone for how you treat others. If you offer yourself gentleness, you will offer it more freely to the people around you. That's how compassion spreads from the inside out. If this message resonates with you, share it in the comments. What does self-kindness look like for you today? Hit the like button if you needed this reminder, and subscribe to Awakening Insights for more teachings that help you return to yourself with grace. You are doing better than you think, and you are always, always worthy of kindness. 4. Everything I need is already within me. By now, you've remembered your presence, you've reclaimed your peace, you've committed to treating yourself with kindness. But there's one more truth that often gets overlooked, especially in a world that constantly tells you you're not enough, that you already have what you're looking for. This is the 4th affirmation. Everything I need is already within me. It may sound simple, but in a culture that thrives on comparison, consumption, and external validation, believing this truth is a radical act. We've been conditioned to think that happiness, success, and worth live somewhere outside of us, in the next goal, the next purchase, the next approval. And so we chase, we measure, we doubt, we forget. But Buddhism teaches that fulfillment doesn't come from getting more. It comes from seeing clearly, from recognizing the strength, compassion, and wisdom already inside of us. You are not empty. You are not lacking. At your core, you are whole and always have been. Imagine your inner self like a lantern. Its light never goes out. But over time, life's dust fear, doubt, distraction may cover its surface. That dust doesn't change the nature of the light. It only dims your view of it. This affirmation is your way of gently wiping the glass. A way of saying, I remember who I am. Each morning, take a few quiet moments to sit with this truth. Place your hands on your lap or your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply. As you inhale, feel your aliveness. As you exhale, let go of the need to be anything other than what you already are. Then say to yourself, everything I need is already within me. If you find yourself worrying that you're not strong enough, remind yourself of the times you've endured more than you thought you could. If you feel unclear, remember the quiet wisdom that arises when you pause and listen not to the noise outside, but to the calm voice inside. You can also make this truth more real by writing it down. Keep a small notebook by your bed. Each morning, write one quality you possess. I am resilient. I am patient. I am creative. Over time, this practice retrains your mind to see what's already here, not just what's missing. This doesn't mean you never ask for help or grow. It means you start from a place of wholeness, not insufficiency, from strength, not scarcity. And when you do that, your energy shifts from grasping to giving, from doubt to trust, from striving to peace. So the next time you feel unworthy, uncertain, or like something's missing, return to this affirmation. Whisper it. Believe it a little more each time. Everything I need is already within me. And if this reminder lights something inside you, even just a spark, I invite you to let it grow. Comment below. What inner strength are you reconnecting with today? Like this video to support its message, and subscribe to Awakening Insights for more gentle, grounded truths to help you meet each day with confidence. Your light was never lost. It's always been here waiting for you to remember. 5. Let me be the cause of peace today. Once you've returned to your breath, your presence, your inner strength, there comes a natural question. What now? What do I do with this calm I've cultivated? The answer lies in this final affirmation. Let me be the cause of peace today. In Buddhism, the highest aspiration is not simply to feel peace, but to become peace, to embody it in such a way that others feel calmer just by being near you. It's not about being perfect or enlightened. It's about being intentional. You're no longer just reacting to life. You're offering something back to it. You've probably noticed how energy spreads. When someone enters a room full of stress or frustration, that energy ripples through the space. But so does peace. A soft voice, a patient pause, a warm smile. These small things carry weight. They change the atmosphere quietly, powerfully. So ask yourself in the morning, what kind of energy will I offer today? When you say, let me be the cause of peace, you're not waiting for the world to be peaceful before you can be calm. You're choosing to bring peace into every interaction, no matter how small. Maybe it means listening without interrupting. Maybe it means holding your tongue when you're tempted to snap. Maybe it's choosing silence over reaction, or stillness over rushing. Maybe it's just being fully present with someone without judgment, without needing to fix anything. One of the most powerful practices in Buddhism is loving kindness, or metta. You can practice it silently, anytime. As you pass someone on the street or interact with a colleague or loved one, you can silently say, "May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace." You don't need to speak the words aloud. Just holding that wish in your heart is enough to shift the energy you bring into the moment. And when you're tested, because life will test, you come back to this intention. When you're in traffic, when the line is long, when a message upsets you, pause, take one breath, and ask, what would it mean to be the cause of peace right now? Sometimes the answer is restraint. Sometimes it's compassion. Sometimes it's walking away. Being the cause of peace doesn't mean you never speak up, or that you avoid discomfort. It means you carry clarity and compassion into those moments. You stay rooted in your values, even when things are messy. And here's the beauty of it. The more you practice being the cause of peace, the more peace you feel. You give it away, but it doesn't leave you. In fact, it grows stronger. So today, before you step out the door or pick up your phone, whisper to yourself, "Let me be the cause of peace today." Not because the world is peaceful, but because you are choosing to be. If that idea speaks to you, share one way you plan to bring peace into your day in the comments below. Like this video, if it helped you reflect, and subscribe to Awakening Insights for more daily practices rooted in presence, compassion, and inner freedom. The peace you bring to the world is never wasted. It always begins with you. You've spoken the affirmations. You've felt their truth settle in your chest. But here's the part that so many of us forget: transformation doesn't happen because you hear something once. It happens through gentle repetition, through choosing again and again to return to what matters. These 5 truths we've explored aren't just morning mantras. They're doorways. And every time you step through them, you strengthen the path beneath your feet. In Buddhist tradition, practice isn't about grand gestures. It's about small, steady moments of awareness repeated with care. Just like breath, just like sunrise. The power of these affirmations lies not in how beautifully they sound, but in how consistently you return to them, especially when life feels messy, uncertain, or overwhelming. That's why it's helpful to treat these words not as inspirational phrases, but as living companions. Let them walk with you. Write them on a note card and place it beside your bed. Say them quietly before your morning tea. Pause during the day and pick one to repeat in your heart when stress starts to rise. You're not trying to perform peace. You're retraining your nervous system to return to it. One day, you may forget to say them, and that's okay. What matters is that they're there when you need them, that you've made a habit of turning inward, of listening instead of reacting, of being intentional instead of automatic. Over time, this repetition creates something subtle but powerful, a shift in identity. You no longer see yourself as someone endlessly seeking peace. You become someone who embodies it. You stop waiting for life to be perfect before feeling worthy. You stop chasing control and begin building trust. Think of it like watering a garden. You may not see change on the first day, or even the 10th. But something is always happening beneath the surface. Roots are taking hold. And one day, without fanfare, you'll realize the way you speak to yourself has changed. The way you respond to others has softened. The way you breathe through difficulty has deepened. That's the quiet power of repetition with purpose. So if you find yourself drifting, forgetting, rushing, judging, don't worry. Just come back. Come back to one breath. Come back to one affirmation. Come back to the stillness you've been building. You don't need to master all 5 affirmations at once. Choose the one that speaks loudest to your heart today. Maybe it's, I am here, or I will treat myself with kindness, or simply, let me be the cause of peace. Let that one phrase guide you. Repeat it throughout your day, like a thread that gently weaves calm through the fabric of your life. And if this message helps anchor you, even for a moment, let me know in the comments. Which affirmation are you carrying with you today? Like this video to support this space of quiet growth, and subscribe to Awakening Insights for more tools to help you live with intention. This is not a performance. This is practice. And practice patient, quiet, imperfect is what transforms everything. By now, you've repeated the words. You've paused long enough to feel them. You've practiced presence, reclaimed your inner peace, shown yourself compassion, remembered your strength, and chosen to be a source of calm in a noisy world. But something even more profound happens when these truths move from your lips to your life, when you no longer just say the words, but live them. This is the final step, not memorizing, not perfecting, but embodying, becoming. In Buddhism, wisdom is not about knowing more. It's about being differently. Your practice is not measured by how many teachings you've collected, but by how your presence makes people feel. Does your energy calm the room? Do your words create space instead of tension? Do you respond from awareness rather than impulse? When you live the affirmations, when they're no longer separate from you, you begin to walk through the world differently, more grounded, more patient, less shaken by things that once felt personal. Not because you've become immune to emotion, but because you've built a new relationship with it, one rooted in trust rather than fear. This shift doesn't happen all at once. It's not loud or dramatic. It's gradual, like a tree growing quietly over years, like light expanding with the dawn. You may not notice the change in yourself until one day you pause in a moment of tension and realize, I'm not reacting the way I used to. That's embodiment. That's awakening. When you begin to embody peace, it shows not just in how you speak to others, but in how you sit with yourself, in how you move through joy without clinging, and through difficulty without collapsing, in how you offer calm in a world that desperately needs it, and you don't have to force it. Embodiment is not a performance. It's what naturally emerges when practice becomes part of your nervous system, your rhythm, your breath. One way to nourish this integration is through simple daily reflection. At the end of your day, ask yourself, did I remember my truth today? Did I treat myself with kindness? Did I bring peace into the world in some small way? These questions are not for judgment. They're invitations to return gently, sincerely. You may not get it right every day, but the point is not perfection. The point is presence. The point is that you come back again and again, and each time you do, the path gets clearer. So tomorrow morning, when the light returns and the world begins to stir, meet it not as someone who's trying to be peaceful, but as someone who is peace. Not someone who chases worth, but someone who remembers they were worthy all along. and if this journey has reminded you of who you really are. I invite you to take a moment now. Leave a comment sharing how this path has touched you. Like this video if the message helped you breathe a little deeper. And subscribe to Awakening Insights to continue walking with us. Let your mornings be sacred. Let your presence be steady. And let your peace quiet and unshakable become the gift you give the world. So now, the world may call you back to noise, to duty, to movement. But something is different because you are different. You've taken a few moments to remember what truly matters, not the rush, not the pressure, but presence, awareness, peace. And maybe today won't go perfectly. Maybe you'll still get frustrated, still forget, still fall back into old habits. That's okay. This practice, these truths, aren't here to make you flawless. They're here to bring you home, to help you return to yourself again and again, with gentleness. You don't need to change your life overnight. You don't need to do anything grand. Just keep choosing the next quiet moment, the next kind word, the next steady breath. Each one is a step on the path. And every time you return to your breath, to your center, to the truth within you, remind yourself that peace is not far away. It's already here, within you, waiting patiently. Thank you for being here, for listening, and most of all, for practicing. If these words have given you something to hold on to, I invite you to stay connected. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you're taking with you from today's journey. Like this video to help others find it. And subscribe to Awakening Insights for daily reminders of the stillness that's always available inside you. Let's keep walking this path, one breath, one truth, one morning at a time.